Hi, this is Helping Hairs, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to tell if your rabbit's sick. Rabbits are quiet animals. They do everything quietly. Besides, acting out in aggression, they will growl, or if they're fearful, they may scream. But they do just about everything quietly, including becoming ill. You may not know that your rabbit's sick until it becomes really severe or fatal before you identify the problem. Some good indicators that you as the owner should monitor is how well they're eating and drinking. Make sure they're eating a consistent amount of food daily, so that way you know if your rabbit stops eating or doesn't eat as much. There may be something wrong with it. So you need to make sure you know how many ounces of water or how many ounces of food they get a day. Because if they stop eating or don't eat as much, you can write that down, and that may help you later on. If your rabbit stops eating altogether, it goes into something like GI stasis. That's what it's called, GI stasis or gastrointestinal stasis. Meaning that all the plant material in the digestive tract stops moving, creating gas, and can make them even more uncomfortable if they are sick. And it'll give them a really bad tummy ache. So, if a dog or cat has a minor ailment, like an upset stomach, they'll usually skip a meal, which is normal and fine if they skip a meal. But if a rabbit does not eat for over 6 to 12 hours, it could potentially be fatal. It's very dangerous if they don't eat in that 6 to 12 hour period because of the GI stasis. Sawyer? No. Another thing, it's not the greatest topic to talk about, but it is a very important thing that you need to know. How much they're defecating or urinating. This is a very gross topic for some people to talk about. I'm comfortable talking about it if you are. It's a very important detail that you need to know for your rabbits. I was going to say pair of rabbits, but some of you may not have pairs of rabbits. But you just need to know, same way with dogs and cats. If you don't check how much waste they're giving a day, then you may have some problem because they may be constipated. If you don't know that only going to the bathroom once a day is normal for them, if you've never watched that. But you need to know the consistency of the poop or urine, and you also need to know the color of it, because color is very, very vital to diagnosing something. If they have blood in their stool or blood in their urine, that is a very important thing that you need to know. So you need to, it's a natural function, all animals do it, including us. So it's not as gross as what it seems. You're not digging through the poop, you're just looking to see if everything's functioning well. So the poop should be round and almost blackish in color, but rabbits also produce a soft poop. It's a soft pellet that they make, and they usually eat it because it's all nutrients that did not get digested the first time around. So they'll eat that to get it, hi buddy, to get it digested. The urine should be yellowish white, and this way, if you see an abnormal color or consistency in the waste, or if the rabbit's not defecating and urinating at all, which is very bad, it should go to the vet and make sure you see what the problem is before you bring it home and just pass it off as indigestion or something like that. Other symptoms can include coughing, sneezing, discharge from the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, sluggish behavior, awkward movements. Anything that's unnatural for your rabbit is a pretty good indicator that there's something wrong with them. There's a lot of factors that play into an illness, so make sure you keep a record of how much you're feeding your animal on a daily basis, including the treats and all that stuff. measure out the hay, how much hay you're giving them, feed, treats, water, anything you give them every day, fresh veggies, fresh fruits. Write down any special treats that you give them, and when you gave them to them, just in case if the rabbit has an allergy to them and your vet wants to know all that's been given. For example, like, let's say you give your bunny one of those little yogurt treats, I think they're called Yogis, designed for small animals, which is fine for them, and within 24 hours your bunny gets diarrhea. Now, the yogurt treat may not have anything to do with the diarrhea, but in the panic of taking your bunny to the vet and trying to remember everything that you've given them because you haven't wrote down anything, a small single yogurt treat could seem like a very minor detail in your story or in your report of how much you're feeding it or what you're feeding your rabbit. So make sure you're writing it down, because even that one little yogurt treat could have caused that huge problem in your rabbit. So make sure you know what's going on with your rabbit. Sorry, Sawyer's trying to type on my laptop. So make sure you record everything you give them and how much exercise was given during the day also. Spending time with your pet is one of the best ways to get familiar with what's normal or abnormal in the movement, behavior, characteristic of your bunny. It's the #1 foolproof way to tell if your rabbit's wrong. If there's something wrong with it, it's just spending time with it, because once you get familiar with your rabbit, you'll know what's wrong. If their hops are different, if their poop looks weird, if they are less active than what they were, if they're not eating their food, those are very good indicators that there's something wrong. So, if you notice anything strange or out of place with your pet, or if it gets worse, contact your vet immediately. It may be a false alarm, but if it turns out to be an emergency and saves your rabbit's life, it would be worth it. That's all I have for today. Make sure you subscribe to get a shout out from Helping Hairs Bunnies. Yeah, I know, my little bunnies are going to be giving you a shout out, so... And I have other bunnies. I have some girls too. Comment with what videos I should do next, and until next time, remember, somebody loves you. Comment. Sawyer just laid down.